Coming to you from a wrong turn off Route 66. Somewhere in the Sonoran Desert, it's James Out West, featuring Ryan Rooks.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, James Out West, October 28th, 2020. Well, that was quite a football weekend, huh?
Whoa.
San Francisco
Yes,
showed up.
we did.
The Arizona Cardinals showed up. DK Metcalf showed up, too, with 22-mile-an-hour speed to catch Budda Baker.
That was insane.
Unbelievable. Shout out to the Cardinals. Legit. Sunday Night Football. Now, they won Monday Night Football against the Cowboys, turn around and then beat Seattle Sunday Night Football. That's a hell of a two-game stretch for a team that's young, that's got some growing pains that they're still going through. They look good.
They had some good weapons, though.
They look good.
The whole NFC West looks good. That's just
after 1 week.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see who they play. You'll be able to make that statement possibly after this week. We'll see. All right. I did say that the Kansas City Chiefs would win by 20 in the snow. You were like, it's kind of a tough thing. They did. So that should be scary to everybody in the AFC.
It looked good.
They about gave me 6 heart attacks and 4 heart palpitations. It was a back and forth barn burner with Joe Burrow, and Baker Mayfield showed up.
And OBJ.
Out for the season.
Yep.
We're not going to play they could be better without him. I do like what Dan Orlovsky from ESPN said about the Cleveland Browns. When he's out there, it's, okay, where's Odell? And then the play. Now it's just the play.
Right.
So if he can build that confidence on being able to do that when Odell comes back next year and just fitting him in, they'll be even more dangerous.
I think it kind of smooths things out for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He didn't look, his footwork is still off, but he threw 5 touchdowns and got the
his
win. That last throw was
ridiculous.
I can't.
His only incompletion was him spiking the ball to stop the clock after that 0-5 start. That's unbelievable. So good for him.
Good for
Those
you guys.
commercials are still funny. But we're on to this week. We've got a game tomorrow night. We've got a full slate, a lot of great games. I think you saw Derrick Henry get stood up at the goal line to basically lose the game. Pittsburgh, this guy threw his entire body at him and got the big stop. Pittsburgh went in, still undefeated. They got Baltimore this week. There's a lot going on. This is a great stretch of football.
This is going to be an interesting week, I think.
Absolutely. So, game number 1.
Atlanta, Carolina?
Carolina's -3.
Yeah.
It's in Carolina. We saw what Atlanta did. They keep finding ways to lose games. Mic'd up, Matt Ryan said, okay, get the first down, do not score. Todd Gurley, I think heard him say get to the 1 instead of getting to the first. I think he heard to get to the 1, and immediately it hit him. Oh, I'm not supposed to score. It's muscle memory. You see an open end zone, You're going for it.
He tried, but you scored a touchdown to lose the game.
Now, what is that? Is there any bonus structure for him in his contract that if he scores X amount of touchdowns, for every touchdown he scores, he gets a bonus? Because that might have been worth $150,000. I mean, we don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, here's the thing. We don't know because I haven't done any of the research to look up his contract, but there's a chance. Those things exist.
Conspiracy theory.
All right. So, Teddy Two Gloves, Atlanta's offense.
McCaffrey might be back.
Maybe. I don't think he plays. I think there's still going to be Mike Davis. I'm going to take Carolina. Atlanta's not good.
Yeah. I think Atlanta has the weapons and they want it, but I think Carolina's on more of an uptick, and I think it's a clear pick, Carolina.
Now, getting into the slate of Sunday's games, which are at 11 o'clock for you Arizonans out here. The time changes apparently for the games. So be prepared for that. Don't be ready for 10 a.m. starts or 1 p.m. starts, I think, on the East Coast for all you chuckleheads out there. Indianapolis Colts coming off a bye week at Detroit, who got a gimme win in Atlanta because of the meltdown. Detroit's +3 at home.
Yeah.
I think Indy is on the bounce back. I think that week helped, especially with injuries, getting some guys that are hurt back involved. I'm going to take Indy in this one because I believe in Phillip Rivers.
And the defense, I think, like you said, everybody coming back. I completely agree. I think the Colts, the Lions are hit and miss. But, yeah, I believe in Indy.
All right. Now, this one here.
This is crazy.
I'll let you go ahead and start this one off.
19.5 points.
That's a huge spread.
I think that's only happened 10 times before in history.
I mean, this team could
Maybe
do it.
wrong.
The Kansas City Chiefs could do it. That's a lot of points. What if it's a 20-0 game, though?
The Jets suck.
The Jets do stink.
And they're trading away everybody now.
They're actively trying to suck for Trevor Lawrence, who's just going to go back to college if the Jets have the first pick.
Tank for Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trevor does not want to go to New York. Boy, 19.5 points, people. That's a lot of points. But Kansas City's defense is pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So I said they could win by 20 last week against Denver in Denver, and it was in the snow, and they did.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take them to cover this. I would not bet this in Vegas, folks. I would not bet this.
No.
But for the sake of our show, 19.5 points. Kansas City beats them 28-6. They cover.
I believe they're cover. This is hard to take, but the way I look at it, Jets aren't scoring.
No.
Their defense is a mess. And Kansas City can easily put up 21 points.
Yeah.
He'll do that in the first quarter if he needs to.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes will do it. I take the Chiefs.
You might have talked me into taking that bet. All right. So the Las Vegas Raiders coming off of a not so stellar performance.
Yep.
On the road to Cleveland. Cleveland and the Raiders have one heck of a history, dating back to the playoffs back in the 80s. Stole our hearts. Cleveland Brownies, cardiac kids. They don't quite have it figured out yet. They score points.
Yeah.
Cleveland had one heck of an emotional victory.
Yeah.
Defense can get lit up, obviously, as it's been shown. 2.5 points is the cover, so it's almost a pick 'em. I'm going to take the Browns, obviously, because I'm a fan.
Of course.
But I think coming off of that win at home with a chance to be 6-2, feeling really good about where the offense is, and that coach Kevin Stefanski keeping everybody even keel. I think John Gruden and the Raiders will be in this game, but won't win this game.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bowers.
I have to take the Raiders. With this spread, I think the Raiders, they came off of a loss where their offensive defensive line was off. But they played one of the best teams, if not the best team in the AFC right now. NFC. So I can't do it. I got to take the Raiders.
Okay, that's okay. We'll be talking about this next week. It's okay. It's okay. Now, this New England team, they benched Cam Newton. Okay, Jimmy Neutron got benched. They put in Stidham. He threw a pick. They look terrible. They're at Buffalo. Buffalo's coming off of a hard game against the New York Jets. They only won 18-10. I think the Jets were winning at one point. Now, again, that's just slow start coming off of a Thursday night emotional letdown of a game where you could have beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and they did not. So, with that being said, Bill Belichick going to lose 2 in a row at Buffalo. Buffalo minus 3.5. It's hard to bet against Bill Belichick, but when you don't have the hosses, you don't have the hosses. I got to go Buffalo Bills.
I completely agree. They have no weapons. There's Edelman. Cam is not Cam of 2016.
No,
not even close. I take the Bills for sure, and I'm also calling it, if Cam doesn't have an amazing game, not only is he going to get benched, he's going to get cut.
Ooh, cut.
Yep.
That's a bold prediction.
Because you're not just going to put him and then keep him on the roster. Cut him.
Wow.
That's what I'm predicting.
Wow. Okay. To be seen.
And it's going to be the first time we took it to the next level where we beat them. They've lost 2 home games.
Yeah.
Now he's going to the first time lose 3. Bills got it.
All right, now moving on. We got the Los Angeles Rams that just keep finding ways to look good and win football games. Johnny Heckert out there changing the game at the punting position. Just unbelievable. He's an unbelievable. He changes the game. He literally changes the game.
Just drops it.
He's incredible at his craft. For those you don't know what we're talking about the Los Angeles Rams punter. At the Miami Dolphins, the debut of Tua time, and the Dolphins are +4.
Yep.
Are they going to have the juice to beat a battle-tested Rams team? I do not think so. I got to be honest, folks. If this was Ryan Fitzpatrick, I would maybe give them a chance. And I'm not dogging Tua. Tua come out and throw for 300 yards, rush for 100, and pull a Kaepernick and blow everybody away.
Yeah.
But this Rams team is battle tested. Aaron Donald. I just don't. I think it's going to be a long day for Tua in the Miami offensive line.
Yeah.
I think the Rams win this pretty handily, probably by more than 10. Miami's going to have a couple of, ooh, wow, okay, that's a glimpse of the future, but they are nowhere near ready to play that team.
This was one of my hardest picks of the week. Tua coming out. Like I said last week, the Rams are the Rams. They have those off games. And I could see Miami coming in. They're coming off of a bye week. Mm-hmm. Rams are coming off of a short week. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Okay, look at you.
I'm going to put some love into Tua, seeing what Burrow's doing, seeing what Herbert's doing. Let's see what Tua can do. I'm gonna take the Dolphins this week.
Right on. All right, now a game that I really don't even want to watch because I hate both these teams. The undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers are at the Baltimore Ravens. Minus 3.5 for the Ravens.
Just signed Des Bryant to the practice.
Right, so he ain't going to play this week, so it doesn't matter this week.
But good for him to be back.
This Pittsburgh defense is a real problem, folks. Ooh. A real problem. This is the type of defense that can win the Super Bowl. Guess what? They have a really dang good offense, too.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's rolling. Do I think they're going to go undefeated? No. I do think they win this game, though.
Yeah.
In Baltimore, they're basically a plus 3.5. So I'm taking the points. I take them outright, though. I think they can beat the Baltimore Ravens. This could be a great test of who is more ready now because this leads to who wins the division.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh. I can't believe I'm saying this. Big Ben, don't let me down.
What a difference a year makes. I mean, Lamar Jackson, completely different right now. You got to take the Steelers. They're on a roll. They're the best team in the AFC.
Ooh, okay. I mean, yeah, they are undefeated, so yeah, that stands to reason. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Although I think if they're, I don't want to give them that much credit. Their defense is really good. I don't know if their defense stops Kansas City,
it'll last, but yes, I think they're proving it right now. They're the most complete team.
And they've had to battle with having schedule changes and having their bye week moved and a lot going on. And look at the team that their coaching is professional, their players are professional, the veterans, they get it. There's one goal, they won a Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Moving on. All right, so the team that lost to Pitt last week, the last undefeated team, Tennessee Titans, are at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep.
Joe Burrow had over 400 yards. Granted, he threw it like 50 times. He had 2 interceptions, a fumble for a loss, so he had 3 turnovers, but we're going to continue to praise him because there's nothing else to do in Cincinnati.
Well, and they're having him throw like 30 times, 40 times a game.
Yeah, well, they have to. Yeah. Again, we go back. I don't know if that coach is right. Is the right coach for this job?
I hope. Give him weapons. You give him weapons, that boy is going to be.
Well, I'll tell you this: they looked good offensively. Like they were able to hit their spots. T. Higgins and Boyd and AJ Green for the most part, like they looked good. It's probably need some interior help with the tight end, which I know they lost one for the year a couple weeks back. Joe Mixon didn't play, so there were some things there. Yeah. But since he's got a plus 5.5 here, that's not going to matter. I think Tennessee get right game. Tennessee probably wins by 10 or more, so I think Tennessee's the easy choice in this. Burrow's going to put up numbers, but it'll be empty numbers.
Yeah, Henry's going to run all over this.
Yeah.
Titans cover.
There'll be Kevin Love with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Empty numbers. All right, moving on. Now, the Minnesota Vikings that are breaking my heart right now. The Minnesota Vikings trading off pieces. There's rumors that players are going this, that, and the other. At the rolling Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers back on track, like we said.
Yep.
They're basically a touchdown favorite, minus 6.5. I think they absolutely cover. Minnesota is all but waved the white flag, essentially, with trading some players, putting some people on the block. I like that Aaron Rodgers came out in support of Mike Zimmer, saying if Mike Zimmer's on the hot seat, whoever says that doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, because that's accurate. Because you happen to have one bad season, you can't say, oh, coach is done, GM's done, we need to start over. That's how losing franchises stay losing. I know. I root for one.
Oh my!
But with that said, the Green Bay Packers are going to win this game by more than 7. So
I think this is one of the easier picks. I take the Packers all day.
Absolutely. Now, Air Bear.
Herbert.
At the Denver Broncos. Now, Denver's got nothing offensively.
Yep.
They have nothing defensively.
Yep.
They're a +3 in this game. I haven't picked one yet. I'm sitting there thinking about it. The Chargers beat Jacksonville by 10. Remember, I keep taking Jacksonville because I don't know why. I just feel like they put up 30 points. They just couldn't win the game. But with that, man, I think the Chargers are a more complete team, even though they're missing some pieces on defense.
Some offense stuff back. Yeah.
I'm take the Chargers.
I got the Chargers. +3. Yeah.
Now, your team coming up next here, which I believe, I don't know if they've been talking about it yet, but should be flexed out to the Sunday night game.
I've heard this, and I 100% agree.
It's an afternoon game.
Who wants to see?
No one wants to see Dallas and Philadelphia.
Nobody.
Now, if Dak was still playing and these teams were, 5-2,
Right.
they're staying because they're America's team. But San Francisco at Seattle. Seattle's a -3. It's an afternoon game. I'd move it to the late game. You saw what Seattle did when they got moved last week. Put up a heck of a show. Put Russell back on prime time. San Francisco coming off a big win against New England. A lot of storylines.
Yep.
Would I be surprised if San Francisco wins? No. But I don't trust Jimmy G to be consistent. I have to take Seattle rolling because I think Seattle comes like they should have won. Russ threw 3 picks, and they barely lost that game. And those picks weren't necessarily his fault. Like, he had a great performance still. I'm going Seattle -3.
That last one was
he was trying to make a play. He was trying to make a play. He was trying to make a play.
But 3 picks. I mean, that was a huge.
Yeah, well, that's 3 turnovers. You're going to lose the game typically.
But also Metcalf saved.
And he saved another one. Yeah.
So this one's hard because we have Debo out. We have Wilson out, who, if we have a run game in our defense, I trust us pretty much against anybody. I just can't do it this week. I have to go with the Seahawks.
Agreed.
Lockett scored me 55 points last week.
Yeah, no, I have him in one league.
Oh, my gosh, that boy. And Wilson dropping those throws, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So
he's incredible. He's on pace. He's on pace.
I hate to do it, but I
got to pick your wife's team.
Yeah.
All right. The New Orleans Saints at the Chicago Bears. Bears are +4. Nagy seems to not know what the hell he's doing.
Yep.
If you get to see the video of him calling that 4th down play for Nick Foles and you see Mitchell Trubisky's face, he goes, huh? Like, that ain't going to work, Hoss. And what happened? It didn't work.
Yep.
Nick Foles talking about how sometimes you get a play call in and you know you're not going to have enough time, that you already know the play's not going to work. That's not good.
That's when you just change it.
That's not good. So, to me, the Bears, like I said, showed last week why I think they're fugazi.
And Allen Robinson, I think, is going to be out because he's got a concussion. So it's still early in the week.
I know it's in Chicago. I know Drew Brees outside, yada, yada, yada. I'm still going to take the proven quarterback and coach, even on the road, at -4. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints. I was waiting to pick that one, but I think that's the way to go. I'm sorry to my family that are Chicago Bears fans, but y'all know it too. You guys, I've never seen a team that's 5-2 or has a winning record and are it's like they're 0-7. They hate their team. They hate their coach. They hate their quarterback. They're so mad, which I understand. Chicago's burning down. I'd be mad too. Bulls stink. I'd be mad too. But it's hilarious to watch them go through this, and I think that continues. They're going to end up winning one more game this season.
Wow. I don't know about that.
That might be a little far.
But I take the Saints for sure.
All right, now that Sunday night game, that shouldn't be a Sunday night game, folks. Dallas at Philly. Philly's a -7.5. I'd move it back to the afternoon like we just talked about.
Ben DiNucci?
Yeah. Been not going to be in the league for long. Philadelphia -7.5. That's a lot of points, but I think Dallas is just that bad right now. I'm going to take Philly. I wouldn't make this bet in Vegas, but I'll take Philly for the argument's sake of this game.
Is this the moment that Kaepernick comes back?
Ooh.
We'll see.
You think so?
I don't know. Jerry, Mike, I don't know.
Put it on a 1 year? What if...
That would just be hilarious to me, but I mean, you have nothing. Unless you're just tanking.
I mean, possibly,
but
I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, here's the thing. Even if they bring a guy in, it's going to take weeks to get ready and getting the offense. Do you think Mike McCarthy can put together an offensive scheme to fit that guy on a whim? I don't know that I trust that right now, to be honest. Again, I'm still going to take Philly because I don't think Dallas can win this game. 7.5. But, damn. Yeah, no. I'm going to take Philly wins by 10.
Yeah. I got the Eagles.
All right. So the Monday night game, old Tampa Bay Gronkaneers at the New York G-Men. The G-Men are a 10.5-point underdog. It's Monday night. The Giants stink.
Yep.
Although Danny Dimes last week ran like 22 miles an hour, 80-yard drive, and the turf monster grabbed him. There was a plus 400 bet that he rushes for a touchdown in the game. Plus 400 prop bet. People made that bet. He broke that 80-yard run. People like, he's going to score the touchdown, only to have the turf monster snipe him and drop him at the 10-yard line.
That is hilarious.
Which is another bet we need to get to, and we'll talk about it after this.
Talk about that. The guy that lost $1 million.
Yes, the guy on a stat correction fantasy football. Good Lord.
Talk about that.
Tampa Bay keeps rolling. 10.5 is a lot of points, but the Giants just don't have the juice. They don't have enough offensive power. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is pretty dang good. Tom's getting more and more comfortable. Gronk's in game shape. I'm talking myself into taking Tampa Bay, and I'd probably take it if it was 13.5.
Godwin's going to be out, but Tampa Bay still has weapons. I take Tampa Bay, and Giants just are a mess. They're still rebuilding, but I think it's easy, Bucks.
All right, so now let's go back to that story about this guy that lost a bet, folks. He had it was a daily fantasy bet.
Yep.
And because of a fantasy stat correction, his $1 million winner
went to like
$3,000. Yeah.
So he thought he won
$1 million.
And then he went to take his dog for a walk, called his family, told them that he won $1 million. Comes back and he's like, I want to refresh it just to see, I want to see that
just
again.
to look at it again.
And then it changed and he went down to tied for 6th place.
I mean, that's heartbreaking. I mean, that's actually, I don't know that I get over that. I got to be honest. I don't know that I can get over that. Well, I'd be salty for a while. I probably would never play fantasy football again. I probably would quit watching sports. I would be a mess for a little while because it's like, that's life-changing money. Now that $3,000, nothing to snuff at, folks.
Just imagine walking your dog and just thinking about, I'm going to get this.
I might have already spent some money. I might have already spent some money. I'll pay the credit card off. Let's just go ahead and book that trip to Hawaii now.
Oh, poor guy. Well, sorry, buddy.
Oh, man. All right. So my brother's going to Vegas this week, so I was like, hey, I'm going to put some money up. So I'm sending him with some bets. I find myself as looking at these that, boy, oh boy, I really like the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Baltimore Ravens. And this could be, you know what? That makes sense. But, of course, when I put money on it, the Steelers will bite me in the ass.
Of course.
Seattle, I like a lot. Indy, the minus 155, I like a lot. The Rams minus 200, I like a lot. Green Bay minus 320, I like a lot because I think these are guaranteed winners. So to me, I'm not playing point spreads. I'm playing money lines.
Yeah.
If any of them hit, I'll make enough money to go back to Vegas and make some bets and enjoy a weekend. And if they don't, then they don't.
If you win, how about we do the next show in Vegas?
Ooh.
Then we can do that.
We could.
Okay.
We might be able to do that.
We'll talk about that.
We might be on location, folks. Obviously, we'll talk about the World Series ended last night.
Yep.
The Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series. This is their first World Series victory without Vin Scully calling the call. I'm actually guessing. I don't know, but I think he's been with them since Brooklyn, so that makes sense to me. We'll say the Los Angeles Dodgers to be safe.
Shout out Cody Bellinger. Local Chandler boy.
Good for him. Receiving a trophy from a drunk commissioner.
Speaking of speed, Mookie Betts. Getting that boy.
He's next level. He's next level. He's amazing. Unbelievable. Justin Turner being pulled from the game for testing positive for COVID.
In the middle of the game.
And then after the game, going back out and celebrating, which it's controversial, I get, but he was already out there with them.
Right.
He was in the clubhouse with them. If they were exposed, they already were. I would take the heat for the next, couple of days and celebrate with my team, then be that 30 for 30 on what happened to Justin Turner. He didn't get to celebrate. The lonesome, the guy that never don't want to be that person. I'd take the heat for it all day long and go back out there. They're extreme athletes.
I completely agree. And what's bothers me about this is getting so blown up. If you actually watch the full video, he's wearing a mask. As soon as he leaves the dugout, he only took it off to take the team picture and then the picture with, I think, his wife.
Yeah. He's around anyways.
Besides that, he had a mask on. So,
and to get right back, because we're going to keep it right there. This segment of It Makes Me Drink is brought to you by Kevin Cash and the idea of pulling Snell out of the game when he's pitching scoreless innings, and he struck out these guys the last 6, and you're going to pull him because the analytics say so, and you cost yourselves a chance at a Game 7.
And then it was that next inning that they scored. The Dodgers scored.
Next pitcher, bang, bang, boom.
Yeah. That's rough, but hey, you know what? That's what happens when you live in Florida. Sorry,
especially in Tampa Bay. That's unbelievable. So, yeah. So, City of LA won a World Series with an asterisk, an NBA championship with an asterisk. I'm just playing. I think both of them are hard. They both are dedicated. A 60-game season will always be talked about.
I think it's more impressive being in that bubble. And
they got it done.
Your own mindset, being there for that long.
Look, the fact they were pulled off and we were able to watch it, and it was exciting, and it was riveting, and it was great.
It was needed.
Theatrics. It was absolutely needed. I was very happy with it. Now we're kind of, it's just football.
Yeah.
And you see that the Big Ten gave themselves no room for error, and they've already canceled the Wisconsin-Nebraska game.
It's going to get interesting, especially going into with the flu season and stuff building up. And even anybody getting sick, it's just going to be, I don't know.
And the Big Ten has a 21-day rule. So if you test positive for COVID, 21 days, 3 weeks, you miss almost half the season. At this point, it'll be half the season.
Right. Yeah.
They were like, oh, you don't want to play? Okay, here we go. That's unbelievable.
Stay your ass at home.
Yeah. And it's so wishy-washy. I mean, it's in the air. We don't know. I mean, we don't know what we don't know, And so I feel really bad that some places aren't playing yet. Some places we have these cancellations. These kids are probably okay and fine. We haven't had anybody that's gone gravely ill in any of these colleges that we know of. You see Nick Saban. He actually made COVID submit. He was like, listen, I have Aflac, okay? And you can hang around for a while, but I've got a game to coach on Saturday. And if I have to coach it from the Goodyear blimp, I'm going to be there. So let's just do each other a favor. You show up negative 4 times for me. After that, you want to make me not taste anything for a month? Good, I can go on a diet. But until then...
As soon as he got that first negative, he's like, all right,
I'm
give me 3 more.
Yep, right now.
Right now. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it was encouraging to see somebody of that age, the stress factor that he's under, that he's dealing with, and all the pressures of being who he is, weighs on a person. He lives in the South, so I'm sure he eats hearty. And he was able to survive it, be fine. So congratulations to him.
And shout out to Ron Rivera too. He finished his
last chemo treatment. So awesome. Ron Rivera, congratulations.
It was cool to see him ringing that bell.
It was very cool. His team headed in the right direction ish. They beat the Dallas Cowboys. It was much needed. But everybody I think is going to beat the Dallas Cowboys for a while. So that Browns win doesn't look nearly as impressive. I have to bring it back to the Browns. What do you say?
Oh, my gosh.
Now, what is the biggest thing you're looking forward to this week besides your own game? Besides San Francisco at Seattle, possibly Sunday night, what are you most looking forward to?
It's hard. I mean, obviously, Niners Seahawks. This is the 2 times that my wife and I get to go full board and talk shiz all night long. I really am curious about that Rams-Dolphins game. I want to see what Tua can do. I'm more interested just to see, and then going up against that defense and seeing Aaron Donald coming off that end, see what happens.
See, now for me, I can actually use your teams because they're not mine. That's the game I'm most looking forward to watching. Yeah. Mostly because I want to see how Seattle responds coming off of a heartbreaking loss against a division rival to go back home to play one who just came off a victory. I think the dynamic of it's going to be interesting, especially if it's on Sunday night again. Al Michaels, those guys calling it. It's quality entertainment when you're watching it. It's a nice nightcap on the evening for the East Coast people, again, getting to see that West Coast football, getting to see Russ cook, so they say, getting to see Kyle Shanahan, Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collected, the obligatory shot of John Lynch up in the booth, and talk about his time and all these things that, we look forward to every Sunday night with that crew.
They always put on a show. It doesn't matter even
if it's Dallas, Philadelphia. Al Michaels is only going to be talking about the bets. He's going to be talking about the over-unders, who scored first half. And if you didn't know, that field goal. He's going to be all about that. And I like that from time to time, but I want to actually have the game be invigorating. I don't want a Philadelphia 13-3 victory. I just don't want to see that.
You just don't want a history lesson about all the old
Yes.
good Dallas days that they can talk about, but not what's actually
absolutely.
happening. Yeah.
And then the whole Mike McCarthy thing is going to be one and done. Like, just let's get them get him out of the limelight, get him out of the spotlight. Let's move the San Francisco game up.
Yep. 100%.
Give them an opportunity. I don't know when they need to make that decision by. It seemed like they made that other decision like on Friday.
Yeah, it was either
week.
Friday
Like,
night or Saturday morning.
Yeah,
It was
like, awfully soon.
Yeah.
And they said for COVID reasons,
which didn't make any sense to move it up.
It made no for COVID reasons. I don't even know how that's logical, but at any rate, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Big brains over in New York City. So, well, man, that was another
fun week.
Yeah,
this is going to be interesting.
It's getting in the thick of it right now. You know, real quick to plug my Brownies one more time. There's only like 2 teams in the league that have more wins, and that's Kansas City and the Steelers. So that's it.
Good luck. We'll see how many you get. You guys look good.
We're on the road to 9-2, Rooks.
Okay.
9-2.
You really think so? You're gonna win? You're gonna pull these off?
Have you seen the schedule? So Raiders. Hold on, real quick. We'll get this. Raiders bye week. Raiders are at home.
You're not even gonna win this week.
Raiders at home bye week.
Oh my goodness.
You got Philly at home. Then you're like at Jacksonville. At who else? Somebody terrible too. Somebody really bad too.
You're not.
Doesn't matter. We'll be 9-2 going into Tennessee, and we'll lose.
No way.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll
talk about this.
If we can figure out the technological part of being able to go back to this in a previous episode of James Out West featuring Ryan Rooks and show this clip, and then when we're 9-2, that'd be awesome. I don't know if we'll get there, but if we do, you guys can check it out.
I'll get my little stud nephew.
Yes, absolutely.
To remix, flip it, and reverse it.
Gonna need
and come back and yes.
As long as he doesn't add Missy Elliott's music to that, we're good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, so we're a week away, folks. Big things coming. We've talked about that. I'm excited. Halloween. It's been cool here in the desert. It's going to ramp back up, though. We're going to be in the low 90s, I think, on Halloween, which stinks.
It was a brisk 71 today.
It was nice. It was 45 degrees this morning.
Yes.
It was very nice. I was chilly. I have no hair, so I had to. People are looking at me like, why is that guy wearing a beanie? It's 58 degrees. I'm cold, bro. So
you get ice on it.
All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, James Out West.
I'm Ryan Rooks.
We thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll soon be up on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Again, if the AV Club can help us figure that out, and we'll go from there.
And we just opened up the Instagram.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's
J.O.W_RR.
There we go. We'll be putting some behind the scenes videos up, showing us how we don't know what we're doing at times, most times, but
making us look like fools. But
well, that's what we're doing on this 30-minute episode every week too. So it's
no different. A
lot of the same stuff, folks. Okay.
Smaller cuts.
So all right, with that, have a great week. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy football.
Yes.
Enjoy friends. Enjoy family.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
One love.
See you next week.
All right.